Heart Matters. Heart Matters. Heart Matters.
Welcome back to Heart Matters. On today's show, we're discussing on individuality and dating. Later on this show, we'll introduce our relationship expert and a family coach, Mrs. Lois No Okello.
Now, in case you're joining us right now, remember to follow, to hit us up at our social media handles. Like our page, leave a comment, post anything that you want to post, and we are going to sample it at the end of the show. Remember to like our page, that is Heart Matters, and of course, do follow us on our Twitter handle, Heart Matters TV, bearing in mind that today's hashtag is me, myself, and I. Before we went on a break, Priscilla, we had the guest expound more on the topic at hand. But right about now, I want to give the audience a chance to ask any questions or even to give their opinions. Mambo, what is your name?
Effie.
All right.
Okay.
Ask us.
I have a question for you. Like, what will you do if your girlfriend finds a text of another girl but ignores it?
How would I know if she has ignored it?
Like, you intentionally want me to see it, but I see it and I ignore it.
If I intentionally want you to see it?
Yeah.
Well, what I would do, I think the reason why I would actually go to that extent is if I really don't like to, if I really don't want to be with you.
Make sure you know where all the knives are.
You know what I'll do? My very wonderful and gorgeous friend, what I will do is, I would tell the chick to post another text.
What if
that is more explicit than the previous one?
I'll ignore. What will you do? I'll just keep on ignoring and ignoring and ignoring.
She's actually ignoring it because she really doesn't like you. You can go wherever you want.
Oh
Isn't it?
Yeah, she's there to stay. No matter what, she's there to stay.
You know?
Then it depends. If we are married, then there's nothing I'll do.
He's given up.
I'll just leave it at that.
Yes.
Anyway, anybody else?
Maybe later the relationship expert will be able to tell us what to do with that. Lois, no. Do you want to shed some light on that?
I think what the lady's really saying is that I'm kind of fed up with you.
Yeah.
And you'd better find a way out.
And whatever you do, it doesn't bother.
It doesn't matter what you do.
Yes.
I'm here to stay.
Wow.
Or I'm too desperate, I have nowhere else to go. So I'll stay.
Correct. That is the...
Or I'm just fed up, I don't mind sharing. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Or I've got another option, so you're just a sidekick.
My question, rather comment, goes straight to our guest lady. There's a time you said your phone is your personal space. And at the same time you say you love to follow your guy's conversation through his phone. So why don't you, if you want to be open, because you said, I mean, if your guy wants to find something about you, he better ask you, rather than going through your phone. So if it is all about going through your phone, asking you and all that, why don't you make it open? Like, you don't have to go through his phone to know what he's doing behind your back. And he doesn't have to go through your phone to know what you're doing behind his back.
Is it possible to be open?
Yeah, for a relationship to last, I mean, openness has to be there.
So you'd go ahead and expose everything?
Okay.
Every little dirty secret that you have got?
Not really everything, but what matters. Some
really matters.
are to be kept to the heart.
Some. I like that fact. She says you can know everything, but some have to be kept to the heart. And then yet she says you must be open.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
I know mine is kind of a double-sided way of thinking. But for some way, I tend to think that it's hard for men to maintain one goal. So I really have to be sure if this guy is taking me seriously or not. For me, for women, it's how the society is. We are used to, having one man, but for the men, it's not the same. So I have to be sure, and I have to keep spying and spying and spying until I find something or nothing.
I want to contradict you on that. Women nowadays don't have one man.
Nowadays, but if you compare the percentage of men cheating and women cheating, the men still top the list.
Is it true?
Women is
guys? Is it true, guys? Who is coming to your defense? And guys are not smart?
You know, what really happens is men are smart players. The ladies, well,
we are smarter.
who gets
That's
caught
for sure.
most of the time? Is it the guys or is it the ladies?
That's the men.
The men normally get caught
Yeah.
And kicked out.
and kicked out.
Yeah.
Really?
Let's have a guy.
I'm thinking for all men, and I'm advising you. Just because you have a lady, it doesn't mean that nobody else is courting her. She might be having that colleague at work who is trying to get her. So that is it. But my question is, ladies lie, and most of the times when they lie, they try to turn it against you. How do you deal with that? Maybe she lies and she says it was your fault that I lied. How do you deal with such an issue?
Are you asking a lady or a guy here?
Expert.
I think,
Well, let's have Gidenji. Just tell us.
Thank you very much for your question. In any relationship, it requires a lot of wisdom and the patience. When I'm talking about patience, the point of dating comes in. During our times, I'm sorry to say, it used to take some time before you decide.
Which one?
Which one, yes. But nowadays, I'm surprised they're even getting married on Facebook.
Yeah.
And anyway, the guy, the photo in the Facebook is not the photo of the person. So you find somebody who is toothless, and the person who was in the photo was somebody else.
Has only 3 teeth.
Yes, only 3. So what happens through that period, prolonged period of dating, you are able to learn each other. You are able to handle each one another. You are able to learn my likes and your dislikes. And in the process, by the time you come together, at least this one who was up has come down, this one has come up, and you are at the same level. And thus you realize that most of us who have been married for some time, we reason together because you've been together for some time.
Yes.
She knows your weakness, you know her weakness, and you're able to now comfortably. So, but now, this generation, my children are the same size with these guys here. So I'm talking from the point of a parent. They are so much in a hurry to practice what they've seen in soap operas.
You're blaming the soap operas again.
The kind of couples they see in movies are the kind of couples they want to be.
I think you're being unfair.
While in real life, things are different. It's quite different.
Very different.
You admire the mansions in Nigeria movies. And those are just, it's like the way we are sitting here. If the movie is board, what do we have behind? Yeah?
It's a make-believe platform.
That's what is deceiving you people. And
who now, especially the young boy, the young guys or the girls or?
The generation.
So even the guys are copying soap operas?
No, you see now, you admire that. Mostly the ladies are affected. But now, you cannot separate the two.
So what do you do when you realize they are lying? They have been lying. Somebody has been lying.
Lying
over something. Maybe they fronted a certain image to you. They fronted a certain aspect of their life to be, a certain way, and then you realize it's never like that.
As a family?
The other day there was something going online, that actually this lady who had actually married a guy had been doing something behind the guy's back to get money.
I remember.
Lying with the cops or something like that.
Yeah, I remember, yes.
And then the guy discovered. And I pictured that guy and wondered, what would he do? He's already in marriage. What do you do? It's
either way. You decide to live with it
or you
quit.
Live without.
Because that's why I said it is good to take time. Courting. These guys are not ready. They are so much in a hurry to do what we are doing. If you can take time and learn this person, you'll have learned that this lady, the guy will have learned this lady is kind of a miser. She's after money. I have the thing. I have the clipping on my phone. What was happening? What? But the guy never took time
to actually
know the lady. Then all of a sudden, the lady is rich. She's sponsoring the guy and everything. So you have to ask your spouse, even for this young man, if you have a lady who is splashing so much money to sponsor your
where do you get the money?
Gauge. Gauge. Kiroro, ask yourself, surely, why all this? Why is this money
Where
coming
does
from?
it come from?
Yes.
And I think, Priscilla, Mr. Githinji has really pointed a very, very important topic there on cost sharing, and of course, in a marriage, for example, if you're a guy, let me pose this question to you.
Yes.
Would you really go for if the lady is earning more than you? Would you really appreciate that marriage?
It all boils down to your courting. You see, like, most of these ladies are at the university here. It will not be a surprise, I'm sorry to say, if I know one of them is dating a shoeshiner.
In this institution?
Yeah,
I
it's
doubt.
love.
Which is okay.
This is okay.
Shoeshiner is okay.
It's okay. They still have a future. As long as but now, during their courting, they have to understand each other. That I know after university,
I'll get a good job.
I'll be somewhere. Yeah. So I'll be able to assist you from a shoeshine business to even
get a shoe shop.
A shoe shop, yeah.
Yes.
You know? They will move together. Yes. I am not telling you to look for people with money. No. Start from there.
But
you all have a future. At this age, your future is very bright.
I want to pose a question to our relationship expert. How do we deal with the many differences that we find? You know, we are unique. Even the Bible says that we are all unique in our own way. How do we deal with that in a dating relationship? Especially when it comes to personality, when it comes to finances, when it comes to, you know, education level. How do we deal with that?
I think, Priscilla, the best thing that we need to first of all just understand is if you do not understand yourself, then you don't expect to understand anybody.
Yes.
If you don't know who you are, and we normally put it in the psychological world that we have 4 components. There is your public self that is known. Those are your characteristics, your physical things that we really struggle to change, you know, skin color stuff and all these things. And then we have the blind, meaning that there is a part of you that people see because that is how you impact on them. You might be doing something that you think is okay for you, but how it impacts on the people that you interact with gives them a totally different opinion.
It's very true.
Then we have our private, our private domain that has stuff that we are not very comfortable sharing with anybody. And it can, just like somebody said, some of them we go, and I think you also mentioned, some of those things that we have done, we go to the grave with them.
Yes.
Because if you dare share it with anybody,
absolutely,
then you are going
gone.
to
You're
jeopardize
finished.
your relationship.
I like that fact. I want to interrogate it further. Yeah. We find most men are actually addicts to pornography, but their girlfriends don't know, but their boyfriends know. How does that happen?
Now, the trick here with the things that you hold in your private domain is they shouldn't be stuff that will impact on your relationship in a way that your partner can be able to tell. You get what I mean?
Yes.
So if you're addicted to pornography, definitely it will impact on an aspect
of your
relationship. Your sexuality.
Yes.
If you perhaps may have been, say, sexually abused in the past, it will definitely impact on your intimacy.
Yes.
But, and so someone has to be very, very careful. And then we also talk about what you don't even know, because opportunities get you to understand some of the things that you never knew you could do in life. And that, you can, when you get a partner or spouse that can motivate you or give you opportunities to really nurture some of your talents, you can be able to do that. So it's quite important to know the boundaries and the lines.
Absolutely.
But I also want to look at it in this way, that the first 5 months or 6 months has got the level to which you can go to expose yourself to somebody.
The level at which you can go.
Yeah, the next 12 months and the next 18 months.
Yes.
And after 2 years, the levels are quite different. So the percentages need to be really known.
Absolutely.
And I know for sure what I usually say, the heart is never smart.
You have heard from what our specialist has got to say about the topic at hand. But we're going to expound more when we get back after the break. Don't go away.
Heart matters. Heart matters. Heart matters.